You can't just, get off of your receiver and just run to go tackle him. You have to respect the fact that, he can throw the ball too, and I actually think he's a great passer. And just play within the game plan.
What about stopping a guy like Hyde with 235 pounds and breaks a lot of tackles? How much is it going to be on you guys to really provide help in the run game?
You got to rally to the ball. And someone like that, we played couple great running backs this year. Running back from Boston College and Andre Williams, and you got Georgia, Todd Gurley, and you also got Syracuse running back. And we play great running backs, and you have to rally to the ball, you have to swarm to the ball and make gang tackles.
Does he remind you of any of those guys, or is he different?
Yeah, he really reminds me a lot of the running back from Boston College. He's similar, but I feel like he's a little bit more elusive, but maybe just a little bigger, but they're very similar.
When Coach Venable says he kind of runs through trash, I mean, he's talking about like this arm tackle type stuff. I mean, what kind of challenge does that present to have to know you kind of got to get in front of a guy? I mean, not just arm tackle.
You got to, like I said, you got to swarm to the ball. Yeah. You can't expect him not to break a tackle because that's what he does all year. That's the type of back he is. He expects to break a tackle. He see a one-on-one tackle, one-on-one opportunity, he's gonna try to make that, make the most out of it. So you got to swarm to the ball, and make great effort the whole game.
Oh, has anybody ever told you look different on ESPN than you look live?
Nah. Yeah. I kind of get that a lot since I grew up. Actually, my first team was the Vikings. It was growing up. So everybody, hey, you gonna be a running back just like Robert Smith from Ohio State. So it was always a little joke growing up.
Hey, Rob, I want to ask you this though. When y'all got ready, when y'all been getting ready for this game, what video have you watched a lot of from a defensive standpoint? Has it been the way they played against Michigan State? I mean, what stood out? Because I would think you look at what teams did that kind of had some success against them. Michigan State obviously had some success. Who did you kind of study?
Well, we look at all of them. It's not one in particular. We just look at whatever we think in our eyes that we see that give us an advantage. It's not one team in particular at all. So we just look at what give us the best opportunity to go out and win the game.
What do you think though? I would think you saw at least some of the Michigan State Ohio State video. What do you think Michigan State did best against them?
They played with great effort. They competed throughout the whole game. They competed for balls. They rallied to the ball. They swarmed to the ball. And with a team who got two 1,000-yard rushers, you got to swarm to the ball. You got to play with great effort and compete the whole time.
And the other thing, their passing game, though, obviously Braxton's gotten much better as a passer this year than he was a year ago and stuff. You're playing a big spot in that whole deal. I mean, how do you keep all that in check with this? Because they can go over the top.
Yeah, you got to play with great discipline. You can't they got two 1,000-yard rushers, so that's gonna make you think about running up and helping on the run. But you got to stay disciplined, playing pass coverage. But I actually think Braxton Miller is a great passer. I feel like a lot of people underestimate him in throwing the ball, but more and more I look at him, he's a great passer. He throws his receivers open a lot, and he has great receivers. A lot of people don't see that aspect. They look at him and Carlos Hyde and don't actually see the fact that they have great receivers on the perimeter that can go up and make plays and also can run.
Is it one of the things with Braxton where you almost don't want to play with your back to the line of scrimmage at any point just because he may take off?
Oh yeah, he's a dangerous guy when it's come to his feet and also with his arm. Just like I said, it's one of those games you got to play within the game plan. You got to be disciplined. You got to play with great effort. And if you make a big play, you just got to erase it and let's go and make another play.
Is there one thing that Coach Reed has stressed, key wise, against him that maybe you haven't seen against other quarterbacks?
One thing is being in pass coverage. Also playing with great effort. Rallying to the ball. Ball getting in the air, compete.